Alright. On this. I'm gonna put something back behind here. Let this come on. Find this in the computer here. I'm gonna do this. Dean Parks, what's up, buddy? MSL, what's up, old man in the wood? Okay, we're getting some people. I'm gonna make a drink here in a minute, so give me 1 second. I'm kind of just getting everything set up. I'm gonna do. Brian Smith's on here. ALL Firewood, Marshy, Timothy Thompson, Chris Kaiser. Give me a minute. I'm gonna run in the kitchen and make a whiskey real quick. Ice flying everywhere. I'll be back. Give me a minute. I don't keep dropping things. Okay. Let's get this thing rolling. I was not. No, it's just been a long day. Cheers to, ooh, made that a little strong. Cheers to all you. Oh, what did I miss? So I thought I'd come on here and just talk about what y'all guys have missed. Things have been slow lately. I do have a bunch more Beaver County's favorite family. I do have a bunch more stuff from West Virginia to load up here. I've been dragging butt making videos. I'll probably do that after this is over maybe. I made one the other day. It's a bunch of random clips I had of just things in my phone. I found some from as far back as like the fall before Bunyan. So oh, MSL, buddy, that's not good, man. I hope he's okay. Oh, no. Captain Kleeman. West Virginia. I believe you mean West Virginia, Captain Kleeman. You gotta tell Mikey, give me a call. Come out. We'll just, instead of trying to smash his excavator, we'll cut some trees down. Don't let him tell you it's easier to push him over. He can dig all them stumps out. I seen him do it. Oh, MSL, my God, yuck. Damn. Dark Horse Firewood, what's up, buddy? I see Mike. Where's Mike? Mike. Dirt Perfect. What's up, buddy? Sorry, I saw somebody. Tina, I have been doing a lot of trout fishing lately. I've been slow enough to where I can like get away on the weekends. I actually did quite a bit of trout fishing over the weekend. It rained pretty hard here Friday night. Friday afternoon, Friday evening, we got some pretty good thunderstorms, at least up by my camp up north. So it's been, work has been slow. The 748 is, the transmission's rebuilt, so it had some burnt clutch discs. Some of the clutch, the fiber was missing on some of them. and it just, they were grabbing, they weren't letting it, like, I don't know how all that works. I'm not great on that part, but there was burnt clutch discs. So like forward and reverse, one was holding, like grabbing all the time while you were trying to do other thing. That's why I was getting two at the same time. They went through and diagnostic, checked some other things to make sure. We think we had one of those little spool valves that go in the side of it with the solenoid on it. One of them got bent and we didn't know it. And we think that might have been part of the cause of the problem because it wasn't letting it shuttle completely and wasn't getting enough pressure to build to send the oil to where it needed to go. So we'll see what they're supposed to be. They're supposed to have put it back in over the weekend. Now there's this thing where it has to go through a sequence in the machine. When you put it back in, you can't just put it in and fire it up and go. I guess you have to run the machine for like 10 minutes and at a certain RPM, and it goes through and like goes through a sequence in the transmission to like time itself. There's a plug underneath the seat or something, so I don't know about that. Oh man, Junior, give me a call when we're done. So hopefully we'll be back at that, but even if we do get back at it, not going to be able to move a lot of wood. It's getting tight on the market side. We can't move much at all. So it's getting crummy to say the least. Pulpwood is like non-existent. We have one market left and it's going to close up here probably the end of this month, I think, when that deal is, that contract is done for the guy that I cut for. Or the guy that owns the timber, he has that deal. So it's slow. Pulp is not good right now. And you would think with all the TP, but we don't have any TP plants by us. Everything by us is either high-end paper, that would be Domtar up north, and the pulp that goes south of us, west is paper, and south is like particle board and construction grade material panels and things like that. So they obviously are slower because they're all down. You know what I mean? Let's check some comments. Eli Roop's in the house. Timothy Thompson says it's been raining hard. Tina didn't catch any trout. That's a bummer. How's Dan and the boys doing, Tina? How are they making out? You guys still able to move wood? I mean, I'll think of it. The company you guys work for. Odie Horse 1's in the house. Odie, that stuff you were cutting in the last video is that was gun barrels, man. That stuff was so tall and straight. Gladfelder, that was it, Tina. I could not think of the company. Hopefully they're keeping you guys working. Where else was I going with this? So what I've been doing with the free time is I either go to West Virginia and work when they need me, or which I've been having a blast down there. They're great guys to work for. You could not ask for a better group of people. Matt Sexton's in the house. They're just awesome. I don't know how to say it. No, Jay, they didn't hear a thing. Not one bird, man. Duber says he's done hunting turkeys. He's over it. I found some mushrooms, some morels, and we found some ramps this weekend too. We did some cooking with those. No crap, you guys are running for Pixel. See, I thought that was... See, Pixel... I wonder if Pixel bought Gladfelder. Because that's the one company we run for out of Ohio is called Pixel. Oh, Nate, what's up? I was just in your area, buddy. I was up at looking at some logs for JT. Over there by some landscaping place in Boardman. Some huge mulch place in Boardman. Sexton's Excavating and Logging is in the house. The trout fishing was good though, Jay, until I did real good in Tionesta Creek, and then it rained real hard Saturday night, and it kind of made everything muddy. So we fished smaller streams after that. Okay, what else? What else? Okay, so I've been doing the West Virginia thing. Oh, no crap. No crap. Cool. Well, that's good. I'm glad they're busy. So I've been helping a buddy do the residential tree removal. I did some climbing recently. Thursday I was vertical. I enjoy it. I miss it a little bit, but I don't want to get too adventurous. I want to say I don't go as good as I used to. I just don't. I'm not as comfortable as I used to be in the tree, and I'm sure with time that would come back. But pretty soon I imagine I'm going to have to get back to cutting on my own here. So it's nice to use the muscles that you haven't used in a while. I enjoy it. So trying to see what else. Where else? Been playing with the boat. It's going to be walleye fishing season here pretty soon up in Erie. Man, here. Okay, so Wayne, 70 degrees is the hot number for them for the daylight, but they'll start transferring to a daytime bite like at 65. We fish, so our walleye season opened like 2 weeks ago, I think. But the fishing, and it's been tough this year because we just had snow, last week or a week and a half ago. It snowed. It's been cold. I mean, obviously you guys know that. So it messes with the water temp. So probably here in the next week or so, we'll start trolling at night. Or, I mean, hopefully it all goes to well. I had some boat parts I had to fix on my little motor. And hopefully we'll get that all taken care of. George O'Brien, what's up, buddy? He's saying hi from Perry County, PA. So we'd like to troll, when it's calm, you troll real shallow. And it's usually we'll fish from like 9 at night till, just a little before dusk until, oh shit. I don't know. Just depends on how good you do. Sometimes we'll fish till, midnight. We don't go real far, and you catch some. But the most fun is when they start to transition to that day bite. It's real slow, and we drift, and that's the most fun. Just like little 7-foot rod with 8-pound test, little worm harness. That's the blast, man. That's so much fun. We really enjoy doing that. So I just hadn't done a live in a while, and I figured I'd jump on here and say hi to all you guys and try to give you a little more of a detail of what's going on and what's up. How's everybody else doing? Is everybody looking forward to getting back to life, I guess you would call it? Hopefully no one's really going too stir crazy. Nate, what was wrong with the skidder? Did you figure it out? Nate was having trouble with the skidder was locked up, the front diff or the diff or something. Something was wrong in the front axle. I'm looking forward to C's Waffles open back up. Me and my man Nate's gonna go get a waffle. C's Waffles in North Lima, Ohio has the best damn waffle you ever eat in your life. A drive shaft came apart. Cool. Yeah. Can sometimes be easier. Chris Kaiser cooked some fat steaks for his birthdays. Happy birthday, buddy. Happy birthday. Nice. I don't know. Someone was asking me a little bit ago what was like the hot ticket. It's funny. Usually we can move for the hot ticket for moving wood. We got Mr. Ball from Cameron County. How are you, buddy? Somebody was asking, like, what's the trends moving? I don't know about all over the state or in the area. I know, like, personally, what I know, I've been hearing around my area, my circles of people and friends that I know, right now, pulp is not moving good, obviously. The blocking has slowed way down. Blocking was doing very good. Blocking or scragwood, low grade, pallet grade logs, they've slowed way down. Now, the one thing that the mills are having trouble not get trouble getting, but they are wanting is the grade wood now for like the raw lumber. And I've been hearing like hard maple, white oak, walnut, all the fancy ones. Soft maple, I think, is doing pretty good. The ones that aren't doing too good around us are the red oak and the cherry, which is a bummer because that's what we have a lot of. Stevie Ray, what's up, buddy? And it's just, I hear you, Marshy. It's a weird market right now. It's a bad one, obviously, but it's weird. It's just funny. It's funny to watch where it goes. And you think you could plan. I thought the blocking market would stay okay because I figured with all the increased shipping, you figure everybody doing the ship stuff here and there. I figured pallets would be a big deal right now, and therefore your blocking wood would be good. But I guess with all the construction work down, I guess that whatever they would have needed for the pallets is being made up in that end by what they lost in the construction industry of it. So, Captain Clayman, yeah, probably. It's hard to say. I think the reason that grade's doing our domestic grade market is so good, you have a lot of people off work, a lot of home projects, a lot of trim being made, a lot of, just whatever, interior cabinets, things like that. And the hot wood right now is your more, I say, pale colored, light colored wood, your maples, your white oaks, your hickories, and your poplar is very popular because it's popular. Wow, it's doing good because obviously they make a ton of trim out of that, a ton of painted stock, a ton of the plywood and stuff to make it. Although I do know Columbia's cut way back on production in West Virginia. A buddy of mine cuts for them, and they're on quota pretty good right now. Just Jesse, what's up, buddy? Yeah, cherry's been down for a while, Mr. Kaiser. I remember, I think it was the spring of the year I broke my ankle. Well, the year I broke my ankle, I remember getting the call that cherry was, if it fit, it ships kind of thing. He says, all the way down to 8 inches, as long as it's straight and clear. They wanted it, and they wanted it bad. And that was the last summer. Red Oak was paying really good then too, and that was when everything started to tail off. Through that summer and into the next years when it started to slowly go, and then last year it really took the dive. After the whole, what was it, the tariff thing. Yankee Doodle's in the house. Josh Woner's here. So there's a lot of people been asking me predictions for things, and my prediction is as good as yours, folks. You could just basically roll a dice on the table and take a guess, because that's about what it is. Captain Kleeman, you take care, everybody. We'll see you later. You have a good one. Give Mikey a hard time for me. We got Eric Ron from Dallas. Oh, so things have been a little crazy, not knowing where anything's going to go. If you had capital right now, you could really invest in some nice equipment, because there's a lot of nice equipment out there for cheap right now. Yank, you missed it by a minute. I was just talking about our prices are way down. Certain stuff's doing okay, like the hard maple and the poplar grade. The poplar has to be really nice. Soft maple's pretty good. White oak's fairly decent. Walnut is, of course. Did I expect Rom? Is that right or did I say Ram? Rom. I think I said Rom. So, George O'Brien says he's going to yellow on the 22nd. Buddy, I've been running green and lean the whole time. I don't really care about this whole thing, to be honest with you. Obviously, you're still careful about it. I think this is, doesn't matter what I think. I wish people wouldn't be so scared of it. It should be back together, but it has some diagnostic synchronization things to go through. You have to sync the tranny up and everything. I have to make that phone call tomorrow morning. I haven't made it yet. They were supposed to put it back in Saturday. Yeah, I heard that, Sextons. I sure hoped. I was looking forward to going to Richmond this year. I really was. I'm not going to be able to make Richmond because that's prime time archery season for me. And Bunyan's the first week. So I hope Bunyan stays good. I hope they don't bring this shit back around in the fall. I mean, I'm fairly certain it's been here for a long time already. No, it's been here way longer than they thought, and it's gonna be here forever. I mean, it's just what it is. It's not. I love how everybody thinks, oh, we just stay home for a little while and it's gonna go away. It ain't going away. It's here forever. It's here till you get it, and it either gets you or you get rid of it. So, kind of like the flu. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. I hope, I don't want to take lightly that this has caused some heartbreak for quite a few families, and I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to take any of that lightly in anybody and anger anyone. Maine has canceled summer. I don't like my governor. Oh, Josh, I feel your pain. Zane Collins. It was Zane Collins on here is the young man that was in the last video who had the sassafras roots, who was helping carry the chainsaw. We had a good time. He come out, hung out. Oh, man. Old man in the woods always doing he's doing a number on how many people are watching. He says 67. He's always checking on the numbers, who's on here, likes and stuff like that. Zane, I do not have any hats. Things have been a little tight to get hats and swag made lately. You got, I sent you a shirt and a bunch of stickers. Yeah. I don't have the hats right now. If I get some made, I'll get in touch with John and get you some. New York show is done. What a bummer, dude. Tim Barden. Yeah, I look at it as you have just as good a chance of something bad happening to you as you drive down the road. You could hit by another car, or, I go to work and I could get hit by a tree, or I could get, you could go on a plane to go somewhere and it could crash, although your odds, from what I'm told, are better to, something happen to you in a car wreck. Or you could get sick somehow from something else, for God's sakes, what's out there. And it's just like, can't live in fear, man. I was lucky enough to be given one life to live, and I'm not going to do it hiding in my house. I love my house. I really do. I think it's got pretty cool digs here, but I ain't going to stay here 24/7. I got to get out. I go nuts. If I don't get out, cut some trees, play in the woods, pee in the bushes, I go nuts. Ernest Stevens, what's up, buddy? I don't know, Zane. You have to talk to John. Drum, I don't know. When a foreign market comes back. When we get a foreign market that comes back, red oak will really do good again. But right now, red oak, in my opinion, is not trending in the United States. Red oak and cherry is not what people want to put in their house. It's not what they want their cabinets built out of. Yes, you have some people that want it, but the overall trend is that more modern, light colors. like the whites and the like your hard maples and your poplars and your soft maples and the hickories are a good one. People aren't into that dark color right now. And I remember watching that when I was younger. I made a lot of cabinets and furniture, and you could see it when I started into it. Cherry was the big one. Everybody wanted cherry, 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 and it started to shift. Cherry started to go away. Then the red oak boom kind of came, and it was like red oak. We want red oak for flooring. We want red oak for trims and doors and cabinet doors and frames and drawers. And then it started to shift, and all of a sudden it's shifted off to now it's, oh, everybody wants they want that pale colored stuff. And then it was all the foreign market. Well, it was whatever the people overseas wanted. So it's funny that our timber market, the problem is in the United States, we can produce more timber. What's the word? In the US, we can produce it faster than we can consume it. That's why our local market our local grade market doesn't necessarily sustain the entire logging industry, the entire logging community. You need to sell that stuff out of country, around the world. In the United States, throughout the US, we have one of the best supplies of the hardwoods anywhere in the world. Okay? We have some of the best cherry, some of the best red oak, some of the best hard maple, some of the best walnut. I mean, you can find this stuff a little bit all over the world, but we have the highest concentrations of it. Over in Europe, like Germany has beeches and red oaks over there. And then Russia has some nice hardwoods too. It's hard to find out what information all's in Russia. I need to learn about that more. I'd like to. But we've gotten so good at what we do now, so efficient, I should say, and there's so many people doing it, that we can produce more than we can use. And obviously, anybody knows that's basic economics, supply and demand. Zane put a sticker on his hard hat. You're absolutely right, Wayne Tharp. Right now, for most guys, if you have a firewood market, your pulp is worth more. Some guys, the scrag's even worth more as firewood than it is worth a product to move to a mill. Yank Doodle wants a hat. I don't have them in Flex Fit. Flex Fit. I got these ones. They just have a little Velcro strap in the back. The engraving is kind of pricey. So these hats I like because they're shallow. They don't come way down over here. When stuff touches my ears, I get weird. Unless it's a pretty lady. What? Anyways, so I like these hats. When I get a chance, I'll get some more made. Things have been tough. I've had a lot of things to buy. I've been sucking up whatever 372s I can find, new ones, because obviously they quit making those. And I heard another nasty rumor that I confirmed, that Oregon quit making their 72 LGX chain, and that's the stuff I like. And that angers me. Zane, I think your hats were $14. Yeah, I think they were $14. And even with that, once I paid to ship it to you, I broke even. When I made this stuff, I wasn't trying to make money. I was just trying, people that wanted to, I don't know, they wanted a goofy Sasquatch with a chainsaw or something, just to support the channel. I thought, hell, if you're willing enough to support the channel, I'll get it to you at cost, for God's sakes. So, I ain't that big. It's not like when I walk into the store or nothing, people are like, hey, I know who you are. No, it's, they don't even know what it is. They're like, oh, what's a Sasquatch with a chainsaw? So, we're a tight-knit group. So, Marcy, you got to do some research. I don't know. I don't think it's the EXL. There's I don't know. I sure hope it's not the EXL. EXL's a nice chain, but it's really hard. God, is it hard. It's hard to sharpen by hand. Yes, Old Man in the Woods. Very much so. Very, very much so. Uh, we will. We will, buddy. Give me some time. Like I said, things got to get rolling again. John must be out fishing or something. He's usually on here. Zach Johnson, and cheers. I think that's what you were doing. All my ice melted. And my lime juice turned my whiskey cloudy. So as I find out more about the Oregon stuff, I'd love somebody at Oregon to like contact me that can tell me like what is what. You know, I hate all the I heard this and I heard that. I'd like to know straight from the source what is going on, what is the plan to move forward, what are you replacing with, and that's for anything. You know what I mean? Catskill Hillbilly, what's up? Justin Martin says 372s on the shelves in Warren County. Yes, they are still around. You can find them. I have one brand new one downstairs. I have another brand new one on the way. The nice guys at Stalls, okay? Stalls Logging Supplies. I did a video about them guys. They're awesome. They're in Eastern PA. He talked to his rep that found some because he said he had so many people calling about them. And he called me back and said, hey, I will hold one for you if you want it. I said, dude, money's tight right now. If you can hold it for a little while, like a month, I will do that. That'd be great. And I called back yesterday. He says, yeah, we got one here. We'll get it out to you. So they're great dudes. You make sure you get on over there and check them out. And if you ever need any logging supplies, make sure you order from them. And tell you, the man at Nuts 319 on the YouTube sent you over. Saw a surgeon. How are you, my friend? Oh, man. Seen him at Big Ditch. Where's Big Ditch at, Zane? What are you guys calling Big Ditch? Is that the gorge? Oh, man. So we spent the weekend at camp. My brother went turkey hunting. I took my stuff, but I didn't go. I'm not that big into turkey hunting anymore. I went trout fishing. And my buddy came up with his wife. We went mushroom hunting a little bit. Found some shrooms, some morels, and some ramps. And we went fishing in another creek. Caught some natives and some stock trout. No problem, Michael Moore. I just ordered another Sugi bar for them too. Those guys are awesome. They're really good. Uh-oh. Someone's talking. I missed something here. Okay. Yeah, he's big into that lake. Zane, how's the creeks down your way? Did you guys get a bunch of rain? They hot and muddy? I can't wait till if I come back down again. So I was fishing where I was staying. It was right on the Elk River. Just below the Sutton Dam, and it was beautiful. And the first time I went, the water was low and you could fish. And I went out there and I just went out one evening, like after work for a half hour. I caught a ton of fish. And ever since then, the water's been high. And you'll see in some videos, I did some videos of it. Marshy, everything is bigger in Texas. Except the timber. We got bigger timber up here. No, just kidding. I'm sure you got big timber down there too. It's everywhere. No. Okay, so Saw Surgeon put this down. I'm going to read this comment. Stalls hooked me up with a 28-inch Sugi and a couple of chains for noticeably less delivered than Slamazon had to offer. Slamazon. That's a good one. I like it, buddy. Dustin George is on here. What's up, my friend? I haven't fished with John yet, Zane. He always goes out in his kayak, and I wait around Well, I'm staying in Sutton there, and he's always down in Somersville. So he was over towards Richwood where he was telling me to fish the one day, and I just didn't have time. I was driving all over. I was tired as can be. But if we get going somewhere, yeah, most definitely, we'll get a hold of you. I can go to Canada later. I'm sure you will be, Michael Moore. I mean, sooner or later this crap it'll lax up. I'm hoping to do a little bit of archery hunting this year in a state that is west of here. And if Wayne Tharp's on here still, I don't know if he is or not. Remember, Wayne, I told you, just tell Anita I'll bring pies, many, many pies. Maybe we'll cook some other tasty good things. Mark Mortison sending good thoughts from Eugene, Oregon. Right on, buddy. Eugene's an awesome place. You ever get a chance to visit it, get out there and visit it. Eugene is beautiful. Eugene's beautiful. Tillamook's beautiful. Portland's nice, but I like, I don't like city stuff. I like the woods in that. Matt Sexton says they run Tosmura bars and they love them. I've heard good things about them. I think basically they're like a different version of a Sugi. It's all about what you like. I haven't personally come across one to try one yet. Yank Doodle says, as soon as the election's over, this will all disappear. Unfortunately, that's probably pretty true. What comparison? Okay, what did I miss here? Oh, I see what he's doing. Ethan Harrison, how are you doing, buddy? I don't know, Zane. I'm going to hold on to them because they quit making them. So I'm going to start rebuilding them all from the ground up here as soon as I get off my butt and start it. She had a deer bat in her eye. I don't want them cute deer, Wayne. I want the big mean ones that come over, the womanizers. I don't want them other ones. You tell her I come out, I'll teach her how to make red raspberry and blackberry pie next. Chris, I've never tried to still lightweight bars. Can you modify them to fit on a Husky? I'm sure they're expensive as all get out. Now, Canon makes a kick-ass bar. They're proud of their products, though. They're lightweight bars. I tried to get the girl out at the Oregon Logging Conference to set me up with one to review, and she wasn't having it. So I've looked at buying one, and whoa, they're pricey. I would love to try one too. Try one though. Attaboy, Nate. They're still out there. They're floating around. And my question is, okay, here's a question for all of you. We got 75 on here. Someone can answer this. Send it an email to, I don't know where it went. Send an email to me or something. I want to know, it's fox.trap@live.com. So I have two questions. The one is, what is the replacement for the Oregon 72 LGX that they've quit making? Now there's a lot on the market out there, so we got a little time yet. And the other thing is, are you still going to be able to buy the 372s in Europe, like overseas? Let's put it that way, because this is all about the U.S. and their damn emissions shit. And I'm sorry, I get it. I get the emissions thing. I get, you want to be good for the environment, but are we really worried about a chainsaw? I'm sure everybody's done it. You spill more gas and oil filling the thing than you probably ever do in emissions pollution. I think it's silly. There needs to be a line drawn. This shit needs to go away. Okay, Eli says all you need for the still bars is the spacer, and that makes sense because the studs on the Husky saw, the mounting things, the spacer, I know what you mean. Thank you, Eli. Okay, I missed some comments. Yanked, okay, we got his. You put an adapter on Husky studs to run a still bars. It's cheap. Okay, I bought 2 Cannon bars. They the best. Yank Doodle said, yes, they are. They're very good. Nice thing about the Cannon bar is they use an Oregon, just a regular Oregon Power Match tip. So if you blow the tip out of one, you can get an Oregon Power Match tip to fit right in there, and it's fine. You ain't gonna worry about it. Eli says you just need a spacer. What's a good price on a new old stock 372? Now, what do you mean by old stock? Like, do you mean the pre-X Torque ones? Stalls got me mine recently for $715 with a 20-inch bar and chain delivered. The one before that cost me $8. It was just one of the ones like they had it, I wanted it, it cost me $8. Saw a good, Justin Martin says, saw a good 3120 on Penswood Classifieds, don't have a big enough skidder to haul it down. That's a heavy saw, man. You don't need all that. I told you. There was a guy told me one time when I first started cutting timber. He didn't say saw. They ran 385s. And they ran 20-inch bars. He said, there ain't no tree in Pennsylvania you can't cut without a 20-inch bar. And I thought, you're silly, because on that job we had some big red oaks, 4-footers, 5-footers. They were huge. And he showed me that hole, you cut that notch in it, and bore the guts out of that thing. And there was another time he cut like a block out of it. Then he, almost like a West Coast guy, cut that big block out of it, and then he cut a wedge on the top and bored in again. It was crazy. Pain in the butt, yeah, but you could do it. And it made sense, because for all the often he was cutting stuff that big, he said, I don't have to lug that big heavy bar around. So, yeah, Yank Doodle says it's all got to do with the global warming. Marcy said you could still buy a brand new 288. Yes, I have heard that. Made and sold in Brazil. No shit. Wonder who you have to order that through. Higher loggers at $700, $699 cash. That's funny. Woodland Pro bars are comparable to Canon. I've heard this. I have heard this. Someone. I feel like there was a comment here. Okay, Saw Surgeon said they were X Torque. So yeah, I'd say around 750, 700 to 750. You find them in there, I'd buy them up. Or send me the email so I can buy them up. 288's a good saw, Stevie Ray. Totally agree. How much freaking pollution from a chainsaw around the world compared to cars? Minuscule, absolutely. Someone... Old man, I missed a bunch of comments. I'm sorry, guys. They quit making the old man in the wood comment back. They quit making the 372 one time a few years ago and had to bring them back by popular demand. Yes, absolutely. They did. And I remember when that happened. When they first quit making them the first time, I scrambled to buy one. And that was the one I had for 10 years before it went bad. Now, granted, I didn't run it as full hard as I did now, but I cut firewood every year, sold firewood. Was selling 20 cord, 30 cord a year. And I putted around with guys that would let me in the woods. And then I started cutting timber with it towards the end there. The last 3 years, it was running like I do now. Now the ones I'm finding, they were lasting a year and I'm losing them because of the seals are going bad. And the bearings are going bad in the case. And I've always mixed 50 to 1. Well, now, I'm down to mixing to 40 to 1 and I'm getting a lot better results out of them. Okay, so I'm not, the 50 to 1 was an EPA, that's the EPA recommended mix. 41, it's better for the bearings and all the other goody parts in there. All it can do is a little more oil, it can smoke a little more. That's all right. Now you got a bug repellent system now. Somebody, Oh man. There was a skidder comment in here. I totally missed it. Someone was asking about Tree Farmer skidders. Yes, I have heard of them. Franklin Tree Farm. We used to have a KBL 28 log loader. Brian Smith on here has a KBL log loader, KBL 28, and they are a kick-ass loader. 395s are made in Brazil now as well, from what I was told. I didn't know that. I haven't run my 395 much lately. It's just too damn heavy. I sure as hell didn't want to run it down here in West Virginia. Whoa, they cut like a son of a bitch. Whoa, man. But for when we're cutting pulp like that, my arms would fall off after a whole day of nipping branches and all that stuff. Boy, if you're just cutting big timber, big grade, that's all you want. Like if you're doing the kind of stuff like Wade and them guys do, that kind of stuff all day, every day, that's what you want. Saw a surgeon, 272 will, as long as you can keep getting parts for it. Marshy likes his ported 288. 257. Do you guys remember the 257? That was the first Husqvarna chainsaw I ever ran. Was my dad bought a 257 for cutting firewood. And that was like, yeah, 257. He ran an old home light before that. Mr. Mike-eyed. Mr. Mikey D. Just got here an off-the-wall question, but I saw a TV ad on the news tonight for a certified arborist to do residential tree cutting. Is that a new designation? No, there's certified arborists all over there. An arborist is like they're educated in the horticulture end of it, like the growing of the tree, the health of the tree, more into pruning, things like that. I looked into getting my arborist license one time when I did a lot of residential stuff, and then I just kind of backed away from it because I started to go into the logging end of it. There's nothing wrong with arborists at all. Certified arborists are good. That's been around for a while. No need to change spark plugs. They last as long as 50 to 1. Michael Morris says, after I had a saw die a few years ago, I went back to 40 to 1. Only use non-ethanol gas. Use Modal 800 based on info from Hot Saw 101. No problem since. Right on. Open station. What'd you say, buddy? No, I don't see much smoke at all, yellow firewood. Not at all. Yank Doodle, I've got a 220 Tiger Cat knuckle boom and low impact Vermeer RTX. I've never even heard of such a thing. A low impact Vermeer RTX 1250 log skidder for sale if anyone is interested and knows someone. What do you want for that 220 Tiger Cat? Yankee Doodle, Yank Doodle. Chris Bouchy, is it Bushi? Bushi or Bouchy? Best saw I ever ran was a 254. It was just for firewood, but a lot of guys in my area used them for pulp. Saw surgeon, Marshy, I concur, 40 to 1. And they're staying good and clean. Maybe a little more brown than gray, but gray when you pull them. Open station logging. Kevin's busting my balls, he says. I know you don't want to hear it, but 572 XP all the way. It's not that I don't want to hear it. I'm sure they run good. I'm not going to go buy one just to try one. If there's a Husky rep that wants to contact me and says, hey, we'll give you one for a couple weeks, run it, see what you think, or for a couple days or whatever, I'd be willing to try it. It's not the saw's performance that I don't trust. It's the computer I don't trust. Electronics do not hold up in the forestry industry. We can all see it in our, skidders. We can all see it in our loaders and our dozer. I mean, if you've logged, you've had an electrical demon in your equipment. And they are some of the worst problems to diagnose. That is personal opinion. You guys can abuse me all you want. Electric demons are like ghosts. Sometimes they're real easy to diagnose, usually when something catches on fire. Most of the time it's like, oh man, it can be a real pain in the butt. Marshy says he started running VP Racing Fuels oil. Full synthetic. I've heard good things about that. 30 out the door. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Yankee Doodle? Oh, 30 out the door. Yeah, for the loader. Okay. Justin Martin. I don't have a 572. I do not have it. Zane wants to know what I did today. I went and looked at logs in Ohio. Drove home from camp. Made a detour to go look at logs in Ohio. Yankee Doodle says a buddy of mine had a 572, but it didn't last long because of computer. And okay, now here's, okay. Now this isn't Husqvarna saws. So the guys that are diehard Husky are probably going to give me crap for comparing it to the biggest competition. And the guys that are Stillman are probably going to give me crap for I'm not bashing on either brand. My buddy has multiple still saws. Okay, they do the residential stuff, and the reason they have still is because in this area there's lots of still dealers. Okay, there's, you know, if you need something worked on, or you know, or just availability to go look at a saw and get a good deal, it seems Still's popular around here. He has three of them have the computer in it now. One is the tree climbing saw, which runs okay. Every once in a while, it just has a random reason it just shuts off. We don't know what it is. If you let it idle for a long time, you go to hit the throttle to run it, it'll spool up a little bit and it'll shut off. Computer saw, you can't adjust it. Got to take it to the place you bought it or to an authorized dealer and let them plug it in. He has a 362 or a 361. I don't know the numbers. I can't remember. And that thing will not idle for shit. And it's a computer-driven saw. He said it ran good for a while, and then all of a sudden it started screwing up. Whereas if I have a saw that's not computer-driven, I can adjust the screws or play with the carb or do that. You can't do that with a computer-driven saw. You cannot adjust it. You can't modify, can't turn it up, can't turn it down. Everything's in the computer. And I'm sure someone has a computer with a software where you can go in and do it yourself. I don't want all that. I got enough software right here already, what I'm doing to do for you guys. I don't need any more computer stuff. I don't have time for more computer stuff. And I know it's all driven by the EPA. I know it's all driven by our local governments and things like that. I still think it's horseshit. I do. That's my personal opinion. I'm not saying they're bad products. I just don't like the route they're going. Like, yeah, whatever. There's not much in there, but when it goes, it goes. The skidder's getting put back together as we speak, I think. I believe I was told in their open station. Michael Moore says, I agree with what you say about the computer and the chainsaw. Takes another computer to diagnose. Had an early 562, died. Have later one been great. Upside is continually tunes to optimal conditions. Nice. Yep, Yankee Doodle, that's it. A lot of people say the reason they don't like them is because they want to be able to work on their own saw. So when that saw goes bad, and it'll wear out. Everything wears out, let's face it. We don't have the ability to so much, at this point in time, to work on our own stuff. Hey, the comment ninja's in the house. Mrs. Elite Earthworks, how are you? Okay, so Mrs. Elite, I have a question for you, and we can keep it, we don't have to say much about it, but Mikey, and you know which Mikey I'm talking about, was talking about doing something where a bunch of us get together. It was supposed to be fall or winter. Do you know if this is still going to happen? Has he talked about it much with you guys lately? With you and Mr. Elite? Because I know you guys were big on the list. You were high on the list. I wouldn't have drew many people. I'm just a little guy, but he still asked me to come, and that would have been a good time. And the reason I called, if all you don't know, the reason I called Mrs. Elite, the comment ninja is because if anybody leaves like a messed up comment or something we don't want to see in here in the comment section, she's like right there and like, she chops that thing right out of there, man. She is the best moderator you will ever have. Fast, so fast. Alrighty, Zane, we'll see you. I have a guy up here, has 372s, loves them, like you, doesn't want anything to do with the new saw, just keeps getting a hold of rebuilds from somewhere. Nice. Okay, please keep, Mrs. Elite, please keep me in the loop. Like I said, time gets away from all of us and we forget things. I really want to do that. I really, really, really want to do that. Most of all, because I haven't had a chance. It's funny because like there's Mrs. Elite, Mr. Elite, there's SOT Metalworks, there's a whole bunch of them. Captain Kleeman, like all these people, you feel like you've met them, you've known them for so long, but I've never personally met them, never personally shaken their hand, shook their hand. It's weird. It's really weird, and it's nice to be able to talk to somebody in person. Saw Surgeon says, as this is pertaining to the chainsaw topic, if you're making a living with it, you can't afford the time to send it away for stupid things. Besides, shop later rates will buy a new saw in a matter of hours. You're absolutely right. Saw Surgeon, well said and well played, my friend. Okay, Mr. Mikey D. Not to be a Batinsky, and no, you are talking about the DP thing in Derby. I see, Mike. I don't know. I don't know, buddy. Thank you, Mrs. Elite. And email me sometime. I'll get you guys my contact info, okay? I don't know if you have it. Or just get it off Mike. Mike has my number and stuff. I'm sure you guys probably talk to Mike pretty often. I want to be able to rent the Kleeman yacht cabin if it's finished. Oh, Derby's such a pretty place. I'll tell you what, if I had to start it all over, I'd probably live in Indiana. I really would. I'm not even lying to you. I got a lot of friends here, but boy, is it nice out there. Yank Doodle's out of here. See you later, buddy. The Margin says, thanks for your modding. It helps keep the live stream running smoothly. Absolutely. John Warren says, good evening, Pete. Long time no talk. This like froze. Wonder what the heck that was all about. There it's back. Oh, see you doodle. See you doodle. That's a good one. See you doodle. What are we at? We're about 58 minutes. Usually you like to cut these off in about an hour. So if you guys have any questions or things you'd like to see in upcoming videos, holler at me. If you're on here, let's hit it. Let's address it right now. You got any questions about what's going on, what's coming up? I have some more West Virginia videos. I want to do some severe editing too. They're really good. Steep ground. I went from biped to quadruped, like right now. It was that steep. No, we're not. There's like yellow, and they're doing colors and all this stuff, and I don't know what that is, but you can. Here's one I don't understand. You can take your dog to get its haircut, but you can't go get your own haircut. So a pet that everybody pets and touches and all that. Love pets, love dogs. You can take them to get groomed, but you can't go get your own self groomed. Now, I ain't working with much, but I got to get it cleaned up because I'm looking like a little rough here. But don't worry about me. I got a that's our governor's wonderful thinking. But I got a black market barber, so we're good. Zuki 4x4, what's up, buddy? Saw a video from Nebraska where they're trying to get past where John Deere and other have to give farmers access to software programs so they can do their own repairs. That's really cool. That's really, 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 really cool. Joseph Bully snuck in here. What's up, buddy? How nice of you, Mrs. Elite. I'm not as lucky to have somebody to shave off what little hair I got left. I'm not coordinated enough to do it myself. No. Saw a surgeon. I feel bad for you guys up there. I feel like your governor is basically the female version of our governor. Holy moly, it's terrible. Jay, I'm not going to have any climbing videos. I didn't have time to put the camera on the helmet. It was kind of a shit and get situation. Maybe in the future I'll get a few. Hanging in there, Joseph. Hanging in there. Hopefully you guys get open back up and get back to causing trouble here shortly. So. Oh, absolutely. It's unbelievable. 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 Are you allowed to mow your grass? Oh, God. The sad thing is, it's like true. All right, everybody. I'm going to leave you a little piece of something that I've heard parts about and thought about myself. And, oh, man, I just, whoa. Perry Roberts is starting shit. He says, I do believe that Mrs. Elite is offering to cut your hair. Well, that'd be a long drive. If we were closer, it'd be all about it. I totally cut Pete's hair. This is getting out of hand. Old man in the woods says Virginia's got the worst governor of all. All right. Back to seriousness. I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to leave you a little piece of something. Through all this things, all this corona boner and all this stuff that's happened, just remember one thing, folks. Not one politician, not one governor, not one senator, not one congressman or anybody has lost their job. It's your friends, your family, your close ones that have lost the work. So in the end, just remember who's got your back. It's you and your family and your loved ones, the ones you hold dearest. So stay safe, stay strong, and most importantly, of course, you know it, don't let your meat loaf. Take care, everybody. You have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful night and a wonderful week.